We are back. Where will you find the tallest building in America? A committee of architects is announcing its final ruling on that today. In one corner, New York's World Trade Center, here in New York, of course. It's a symbolic 1,776 feet, but that includes the skyscraper's 408-foot spire. Now, in the other corner, we have Chicago's Willis Tower, which rises to a height of 1,450 feet. The committee must decide if the spire here in New York counts as part of the actual building. There's a lot of pride and bragging rights on the line. NBC's Katie Tour is pro-New York, and on the other side, NBC's Kevin Tibbles on Chicago's side. Katie, we'll start with you.
Hey, Savannah, what's at stake here is New York's reputation of being the biggest and the best. This tower behind me, which you can barely see because it's snowing right now, stands at 1,776 feet tall. It is the tallest building in America, and it will stay that way just so long as these Chicago folks rule as we all know they should. 12 years in the making, 104 stories of steel, glass, and hope. One World Trade isn't just a building. It is a monument to New York City's resolve after 9/11, our ability to bounce back no matter the horror. The spire topping out at 1,776 feet might as well be an exclamation point. Hoisted up and bolted down live on Today just last spring, with Matt on floor 104.
Just in time for sunrise.
So what will this Chicago-based committee of architects decide on exactly? Well, whether or not the spire is actually a removable broadcast antenna and not technically part of the building.
If the topmost structure on One World Trade Center is classed as a spire, New York wins. If it's classed as an antennae, Chicago wins.
We should be the largest because we're the #1 city.
Once again, leaving Chicago not just second in name, but by noon, skyscraper superiority.
The second city has the second tallest tower. It's clear.
Exactly. It is clear that we are going to win. Clear that you cannot squash a New York City person's pride. You cannot squash our building heights. Kevin, what's next? Are you going to start saying Chicago's pizza is better?
Well, Katie, on this wintry morning in Chicago, it's time for a little history lesson for you from Professor Tibbs, because the world's very first skyscraper was built right here in the Windy City, and everyone here knows that our beloved Willis, or some may still call it Sears Tower, is the tallest. They may call Chicago the second city, but when it comes to scraping the sky, we're #1, right?
That was always a bragging right.
It's a great city, New York. It's second to us, of course.
Everyone knows when the original Sears Tower opened in 1973, it was the tallest building on the planet. These days, it's called the Willis Tower, and with its 110 stories, it is 6 stories taller than the new One World Trade Center. The Big Willie, as it's called, is our icon.
The Willis Tower is one of the most important tall buildings in the whole of the U.S.
And if you want to see how tall it is for yourself, head up to the 103rd floor and peek out over the edge on the ledge.
Oh.
Although, when it comes to a building known as the Freedom Tower when it was being built, some Chicagoans believe it would be appropriate to defer to New York.
What happened with 9/11 be a real important symbol. So, yeah, I think it should be the tallest one.
Okay, of course, whatever building is deemed the tallest, we will all stand together here. Except, of course, when it comes to the Yankees and Mets, Giants and Jets, Rangers, Knicks, and don't even mention our pizza out there in New York. Savannah?
All right, Katie and Kevin, may the best... Never mind. You know what? We're all winners with this story. Your next assignment, go find the best hot dog. Which city has the best hot dog?